game against Washington. Here's Page, launches the three, buries it!
Stop it, Paige Beckers! Quit it!
The Indiana Fever just dropped their fourth straight victory without Caitlin Clark, and the performance last night in Dallas was absolutely electric. But wait until you see what really happened on that court, because this 88-78 beatdown of the Wings revealed way more than just another win. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Last night's showdown between the Fever and Wings in Dallas was supposed to be all about the missing superstars, but instead, we got pure basketball drama. Kelsey Mitchell went absolutely nuclear. Paige Bueckers put on a show, and the crowd of 17,857 witnessed something special. So let's break down this incredible game and what it means for both teams moving forward. From the opening tip, this game was a war. The American Airlines Center was absolutely rocking. Second highest attendance in Wings history. And both teams came out swinging. The first quarter was pure back-and-forth basketball poetry. Natasha Howard got the Fever going early with some strong inside presence, putting up 6 points and grabbing 7 rebounds in just the first 12 minutes. But Dallas wasn't backing down. Paige Bueckers was already in takeover mode, showing why she was the #1 draft pick. The quarter ended dead even at 22-22. And you could feel the tension building. This wasn't going to be a blowout. This was going to be a fight. Then came the second quarter, and Kelsey Mitchell decided to remind everyone why she's been carrying this Fever team. The veteran guard started heating up from three-point range. And when Mitchell gets hot, she's absolutely unstoppable. But here's what made this quarter special. It wasn't just Mitchell. Chloe Bibby, the newest Fever addition, knocked down multiple threes and looked completely comfortable in her new jersey. Sophie Cunningham finally got going after a quiet start, and Ari McDonald was creating havoc with his playmaking. The Fever outscored Dallas 26-20 in that second quarter, taking a 48-42 lead into halftime. But the real story was their ball movement. 25 assists as a team. That's championship-level basketball right there, and it showed this team has developed serious chemistry even with their roster changes. The third quarter is where the Fever really showed their championship DNA. They came out of the locker room with that killer instinct, and Mitchell was in the zone, hitting contested threes, driving to the basket, and completely taking over the game. But the unsung hero, Lexi Hull. She knocked down a crucial three at the 4 o'clock mark, then followed it up with a beautiful layup that had the Dallas crowd going silent. Hull has been so underrated this season, but performances like this show why the Fever believe in their depth. Damiris Dantas also got in on the action with a three-pointer, and suddenly the Fever were up 70-57 heading into the final quarter. That 22-15 quarter was pure domination, efficient offense, lockdown defense, and the kind of team basketball that wins championships. But let's give credit where it's due. Paige Bueckers absolutely refused to let Dallas fold. The rookie sensation finished with 22 points on incredibly efficient shooting, going 7 for 14 from the field and a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Bueckers showed that signature change of pace that made her a UConn legend, consistently getting to her spots and creating good looks even against tough Fever defense. Her 4 assists and 4 rebounds showed she's already developing into a complete player, not just a scorer. The problem for Dallas? They got almost nothing from their supporting cast. Arike Ogunbowale, usually their go-to scorer, managed just 8 points and didn't even play in the fourth quarter. When your second best player disappears, it's nearly impossible to beat a deep, talented team like Indiana. The fourth quarter started with Dallas making one last desperate push. They cut that 13-point lead down to just 6 points with under 6 minutes remaining, and suddenly the Fever found themselves in a real battle. This is where championship teams separate themselves from pretenders, and Indiana showed their mettle. Ari McDonald stepped up with clutch baskets, extending his night to 15 points total. Mitchell, who finished with a game-high 23 points, hit the dagger shots when Dallas got too close. But the real difference maker, Natasha Howard's rebounding. She finished with a career-high-tying 16 rebounds, including crucial offensive boards in the fourth quarter that gave Indiana second-chance opportunities. Howard's 11 points and 16 rebounds double-double was the foundation that this victory was built on. We have to talk about Aaliyah Boston's historic performance. Not only did she record her 13th double-double of the season with 12 points and 11 rebounds, but she made Fever franchise history. Boston passed Erlana Larkins for 9th most assists in franchise history with 322 career assists, and she did it in just 108 games. She also moved past Shavonte Zellis for 9th most points in franchise history with 1,572 career points. For a player in just her second season, these numbers are absolutely ridiculous. Now, the elephant in the room, where does Caitlin Clark fit into all this? The Fever are now 8-7 without their rookie sensation. And while these victories are impressive, you can see areas where her playmaking would elevate this team even further. You have to imagine Clark sitting courtside, watching her teammates battle through these tight games, knowing that just last season, she was dropping 30-point performances and willing Iowa to March Madness glory. She wants to be out there so badly. You can see it in how intently she studies every possession from the bench. Probably thinking about where she'd attack, how she'd set up that extra pass that turns a good shot into a great one. Clark's 8.8 assists per game would have prevented some of those 19 turnovers Indiana committed last night. Her 16.5 points per game scoring average would have made those fourth quarter moments less stressful. But here's the thing. When she returns, this team is going to be absolutely scary because these role players have proven they can step up when needed. This victory puts the Fever at 16-12, 4 games above .500 for the first time since 2015. They're building real momentum heading into the playoff push, and performances like last night show they have the depth to compete with anyone. The chemistry between Mitchell, Boston, and Howard is undeniable. Mitchell's 19.7 points per game this season proves she's a legitimate second option. Boston's all-around excellence makes her one of the most underrated players in the league. And Howard's veteran presence in the paint gives them the toughness they need for playoff basketball. For Dallas, despite the loss dropping them to 8-21, Bucher's development is the silver lining. As she said after the game, getting these competitive reps against good teams will pay dividends in the future. This Wings team is building something special around their rookie star. So what did we learn from this incredible 88-78 victory? The Indiana Fever are for real. This wasn't just another win. This was a statement that they're ready to compete at the highest level with or without their biggest star. Mitchell's 23-point explosion, Boston's historic night, Howard's rebounding dominance, and the team's 12 three-pointers made show this is a deep, talented roster that's hitting their stride at the perfect time. What did you think of this performance? Is this the game that proves the Fever are legitimate championship contenders? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you loved watching this breakdown, and subscribe for more WNBA coverage. The playoffs are coming fast, and this Fever team is looking dangerous.